Okay, so let's get started. Welcome, colleagues and participants. We're very excited to have you all here for the SAMF Mathematics Problem Solving course for facilitators onboarding session. My name is Charisse. I'm from Limina. I am the head of the team lead for the courses department. And today I am your project manager for leading this course and making sure everything works smoothly. So welcome. I just want to go through a few things with you. Ooh. So please make sure that your camera is off and that if you need to speak, we will have a question and answer session at the end of this session. So if you need to ask a question, you're welcome to put it in the chat in the meantime, and then we can answer questions at the end of the session. And if you need to speak, you can put up your hand. Then just make sure as well that you are on mute so that you don't disturb anybody while they're presenting. And then just to go through the agenda for today, we're going to have a welcome session with Prof. Watson. And from there, he's going to introduce you to COE Maths. And then we're going to move on and speak. Ellie and Prof. Fani are going to speak about the, I hope I don't say this incorrectly, so please don't butcher me. I don't get the pronunciation right, but Sian Mathematics Olympiad Training Program. And then we're going to move on to the Limina introduction, just to introduce you to the team so you know who you're speaking to when you need assistance with anything. And then we're going to move on to Jacob, Alvain, and Erna, who are going to speak about introduce themselves, and then Alvain will take you through the course and everything that you need to know about it. And then we're going to have our lovely Rioma, who's going to navigate you through the Moodle platform on how to log into your account, how to navigate the course. And then at the end, we're going to have a question and answer session and then let you go on your way. So I'm going to hand over now to Prof. Watson, and he can just introduce himself, and then everyone else can go as follows. Prof. Watson.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm Professor Bruce Watson, Director of COE Maths. And as you can see, there's a request that you type your name, institution, and the province in the chat so that we know who is in the room and joining us. You have the next slide, please. I represent, I'm Director of COE Maths and representing COE Maths here today. It is a Centre of Excellence in Mathematical and Statistical Sciences. It is funded by DSTI and NRF. It was launched about just over 10 years ago in April 2014, and physically it's hosted at the University of the Witwatersrand. However, it cross-funds many different operations, institutions, and initiatives. It is focused on advancing cross-disciplinary research and training, developing national capacity in the scarce field of mathematical and statistical sciences. Its mandate relates to research, education, training, information brokerage, outreach, service rendering, and networking. The COE Maths hosts and funds many events throughout the year. Could we change slides, please? This being one of them that we are co-hosting. The COE Maths has as partner institutions, as nodes, and sub-nodes and partners 26 of the South African universities and higher education institutions as part of its network. It funds MSc, PhD studies, postdoctoral fellowships, research and community engagement, outreach, workshops, conferences in the mathematical sciences, and to a far lesser degree, individual research grants. It has a further 4 years of DSTI NRF funding, during which time we've been given the opportunity to evolve into a larger national entity. A very exciting prospect. Could we change slides? And we have some quite specific priorities: creating communication within the South African mathematics community, expanding the knowledge of mathematical sciences in South Africa. Then this includes for academic mathematicians, students, teachers, school kids. Bringing interested parties together for research, expanding the mathematical ability, and creating the love for the mathematical sciences. We attempt to reach out to as many as possible, especially where there's need or disadvantage, and we promote excellence. You change slides. As our vision, we have a vision of all higher education institutions, especially historically disadvantaged institutions, having well-functioning mathematical sciences departments. All academics in the mathematical sciences in South Africa having the opportunity to be research active. All schools in South Africa having properly qualified mathematics teachers. South African school learners being actively engaged in mathematics, and all having the opportunity to succeed mathematically in South Africa. And we are very enthusiastic partners and funders of the Siankhoba program. This is one of the programs where we can build the new generation of mathematicians. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Watson. We're going to move on now to Ellie Olivier and Prof. Mafani.
Thank you, Cherise. My name is Ellie Olivier from the South African Mathematics Foundation. And we are also excited and looking forward to partner with you as Siankhoba Olympia Training Center. But before you start your training as facilitator for this program, there's some important aspects of the program that we need to communicate to you. So that you are aware what is required to establish a Siankhoba Center. Now, firstly, the Siankhoba Olympiad Training Program is not a course to rectify or to complement school mathematics. It is also not a bridging course to prepare for university mathematics. It is a course designed for high school learners who specifically show an aptitude for mathematics. So what we do is that we use the results of the Mathematics Olympiad, and most of you are aware that we also running the National Olympiad for primary and high schools. We look at the results, and then we identify talented learners who can be trained to further enhance their mathematical problem-solving skills. Professor Pubal Pillay is our academic coordinator, and he has designed the national curriculum for the Siankhoba program. So all the Siankhoba centers follow exactly the same curriculum. The classes for grade 8 to 12 normally runs from April until October on a bi-weekly basis. So in order to To qualify to run such a center, the following is required. We need buy-in from your head of department of mathematics, because we need to use your university's facilities. We need a center manager, and the center manager will work with us, with our project coordinator, to arrange the classes, to identify talented learners, to reach out to schools in your areas. And we recommend that you have at least 4 accredited facilitators, which includes 2 lecturers. The reason why it's 4 is because we have junior classes for grades 8 and 9, and we have senior classes for grades 10 to 12. We strongly recommend that you need 2 lecturers. Postgraduate teachers are welcome, or students are welcome to attend this course. But in order to ensure sustainability and to monitor the program efficiently, we would like at least 2 lecturers to be involved as well. You can go to the next slide, thanks, Cherise. So based on the current enrollments, these are the possible HDI Siankova centers, and we will engage with you after this course to then further communicate in terms of what is the next step to then establish a Siankova Center for Learners. If you don't see your HDI's name on this list, it means that no one from your university have enrolled for the course. And you're still welcome to reach out to us should you, after this session, decide that there's a problem, or you feel motivated also to join the Siankova Olympia training program, then you're welcome to reach out to us. The next slide, thanks, Cerise. Now, why is it important to establish such a Siankova Mathematics Olympiad? South Africa needs more learners who achieve a higher level of mathematics. Now, we haven't done any research, but we're quite sure that learners who have some kind of exposure in Mathematics Olympiad cope better at tertiary level when they study some kind of mathematical sciences career. And South Africa needs talented youth for innovative landscape for science, business, finance, and engineering. I'm now going to hand over to Professor Maggie Apani from SMU, who will share her insights as academic who in the past has run a Siankova Center for us. Thank you, Professor Apani.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. Siankova is a very important project. What are the benefits of coaches and also teachers? The project prepare you or provide you with a high quality training. It also plays a vital role in improving the mathematics education in the entire country. Now, the coaches and the teachers that are participating in this program, they've got lots of benefits that they are getting. This includes the professional development, access to exclusive resources, contribution to the excellence of mathematics in both regional and national. Now, they also get an understanding or a deepened understanding of the mathematical concept. This enables them to better support the learners. Now, it also improves the teaching method. This exposes the teachers and the coaches to various concepts. They also have an opportunity to engage with the learners and improve the engagement and the understanding of mathematics to the learners. Now, it also increases or develops the critical thinking of the coaches. This also provides the network, because you will be engaging with people at various levels. So it is an opportunity for those who are willing to grow, getting the professional growth in the field of mathematics. This also, it increases on their participation, it increases on their CV, because it will be adding value on their academic, and also providing the pathways to their academic and coaching opportunity. It also assists in inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. It also increases the competitive in global Olympiad. Now, without wasting too much time, they must also understand that it is only a mathematician who can speak and present mathematics better. It is only a mathematician who can extend and lay their hands to the learners who are in need, who are looking forward to become the future mathematicians. It is an important project. They must also look in hand that contributing to this will increase the needs of this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. That's very valuable information, which I'm sure everybody enjoyed hearing. I am moving on to introduce you to the Limina team that will be assisting you through the process of doing this course on the LMS. So I'm going to ask Shari and then Oyama to introduce yourselves. And then you already know who I am. So I'm Charisse. And yeah, so I won't introduce myself again. But let's move on to Shari. And then we'll move on to Oyama.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shari Joseph, and I'm the Director of Operations at Limina. I work very closely with Charisse and Oyama, as well as Ellie, Elvain and Anna, to coordinate the course as a whole. And yeah, really looking forward to having everybody on board. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Oyama Gola and I'm from the Limina team, and I will be supporting you supporting you technically when it comes to issues that you'll be facing when it comes to the courses. You'll be emailing me. I think I will be having most emails will be replied by me. Yeah, I work closely with Shari and also Cherise. Thank you. I'll give it back to Cherise.
Thank you, Shari and Oyama. Just for some of the latecomers, I will just actually introduce myself because I saw there were a few people that came in a bit after my introduction. So just so you know, my name is Charisse Rump. I'm the courses team lead, and I'm in charge of making sure that these facilitated courses run smoothly and that everything happens as it should. So let me just move on. And we're going to introduce the SAMF team and your facilitators. I just want to ask that Jacob introduce himself first, and then we can move on to Dr. Lampin, and then on to Alvain, so that it runs smoothly, and then Alvain can take you through the content of the course. So Jacob, I'm handing over to you.
Oh, thanks, Cherise. Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob. I'm the project coordinator in South African Mathematics Foundation. So my duty here, I'll be making sure that the course runs smooth. I'm the one who have been communicating with most of the lead agents, all the head of department in the institution. I'll make sure that they get all the information, make sure that all the classes run smooth from the beginning till we finish the whole program. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Dr. Lampin, please will you introduce yourself?
Good, my video is on. I don't see myself, but I trust you see me. I'm Erna Lampen. I worked with Alvain on the design of the content of the course.
And this is not the first time we work together on problem solving, and we are so glad that we got to this level of working with facilitators from universities and Siankoba centers. Our previous courses were for teachers, both primary school and high school, and in a way, this is the crown, and Alwyn will tell you more about the content. My role will be to engage with you during the check-ins, which will be explained. And also you will see there is opportunity for communication or engagement with each other in the course. And many of those prompts for the communications you will see will come from me and then also from Alwyn. Over to you, Alwyn.
Thanks, Erna. I'm Alwyn Olivier. I'm a retired maths educator from the University of Stellenbosch. And I have, over the years, shall I say, decades, been involved in problem solving, implementing problem solving in schools, but also in competitions, in projects like we have at SAMF. So, yes, I'm also, Erna and I are extremely excited about this new course that we designed. You guys, as always, we learned the most, so we hope that you will learn somewhat, but we want to learn, design a course. Yes, so I'm very happy. So welcome on board, and I trust that you will get the same satisfaction from it as Erna and I do. I'm finished.
Well, you can proceed now to talk about the content, Alwyn, to share screen.
Okay, well, you must allow me to share a screen.
Okay, so I've stopped sharing.
Okay, I see it.
In the meantime, it would be great if some of you who know Alwyn will say hello, Alwyn, in the chat so that we can see who of you are familiar with his work.
It's great. Hi, everyone. We're very happy and congratulations that you enrolled for the course. And I trust that you will find it worthwhile and fruitful. Okay, so here we go. Onboarding this session. This overview, I'm just flash it because you'll wonder what's the expectations, the responsibilities, and the focus of the course. I'll emphasize the focus of the course. I'm not going into detail. I'm saying in Unit 0, overview of the course, everything is described. So the moment you get online, please read the overview 10 times. It will tell you that there are 6 units. It will tell you that there's a quiz at the end of each unit. It will tell you that you have to participate in the forum, describe what you did, ask questions, comment on others. So, you know, the mode of learning here is we hope that very much that you will be participating online in our discussion groups and in that way learn from each other. Okay. I'm now saying that this course, to emphasize expectations, what do you think you're going to get from it? Well, we designed it explicitly focusing on lecturers at university and their postgraduate students in the Siankoba Olympiad. There's just a thing in my way. Training program centers, those centers. So you see, for us, it is not just another school mathematics teacher training just their learners. We have got a very special group here, a special group of facilitators, special group of learners. And so it's important that we now provide the context and the content and the material for us to make it happen. We are not trying to mimic the training program as it exists. We are trying to enrich the facilitators in the first place, and that will influence, we hope, your interaction with learners and their participation in the Olympiad. So we designed a totally different course from our previous ones to fit the objectives of the Sinkoba centers. I, I decided just to flash this moments ago and say I can describe the content of the course as, on the one hand, just problem solving, non-routine problem solving. That means you don't already know how to do it. Probably it means you don't have the necessary background content to do it. Then we've got what we call heuristics, problem-solving strategies. This is what we call knowing what to do when you don't know what to do. So when you see a problem, you don't know, factorize, etc. That we are not, this is a Unit 2 course, whereas our Unit 1 course built totally around heuristics. So we sort of assume, maybe wrongly, that this special group of participants, you, have no problems with this basic problem-solving strategies. So they are included in the quizzes for you to show that you have this reasoning strategies under control, and then you guys talk to each other, etc. On the other hand, the other big content, the content actually, is what I see as the nature of mathematics. So it's all about explanation and proof. So when I now continue, I'm going to try to tell you that this is what mathematics is all about, explanation and proof. This is what our attitude, thinking like a mathematician, is all about. So let me I decided to flash a simple example. And I'll just say, it's a bit crowded, this slide, but okay. The vehicle is, you must also realize, we implement a teaching and learning strategy called a flipped classroom. Again, read all about it in the introduction overview. The flipped classroom is, I must summarize it very quickly, is instead of getting the teacher teaching in the classroom and then giving homework as practice, and the learners at home practice the examples, and the next day the teacher checked that they did it, number one, number two, that they did it correctly. No, we do it the other way around. You first work on the activities at home. Then when you come to the next live session, the next check-in, when we start with the next unit, you've already got your teeth into the content. So you have the context, and you can contribute towards learning, etc. So you must know it is absolutely vital as a learning strategy in this course that mathematics is not a spectator sport. You will have to invest on working on these activities, and I think mathematics is a social activity, so communicating with your fellow participants. And the other thing I'm emphasizing is we deliver the course through problem solving. So we learn to solve problems by solving problems, not for us teaching you. You will take the problems and get your teeth into it yourself. Okay. It is all about attitude, guys. So I want to, very little theory, but beliefs about mathematics and beliefs about your own ability influences so much of how well you can do in mathematics, what mathematics you can do with what thinking behind it. Now, I can't give a long lecture here, but mostly our school mathematics curriculum and classroom teaching is based on finished products, somebody else's product. The theorems, the rules, the notations, the facts, the meanings, the procedures, step 1, step 2, step 3, finished products, which we dish up, and it's a body of knowledge, and the way to learn it is to memorize it. Well, it doesn't always go that well. I will not continue unpacking it. But I'm saying, but our view is that maths is man-made. It is a human invention. Now, it's very important that our learners, those ones that you want to go into scientific fields, etc., must believe not just there's finished mathematics somewhere on Treasure Island. They must believe that they can make mathematics. They can invent mathematics. They can. We got to get them to believe that. But to manage that will not be drill and practice here. We will use this mathematical processes, which are all verbs: prove, conjecture, generalize, specialize. Those are the mathematical processes that most of them are not mentioned in the curriculum whatsoever, but those are the underlying important things in order to solve mathematics, to solve problems, and to make, create, invent mathematics. So the purpose, the objective is that learners will not say it's a body of knowledge that I must learn through practice and repetition. That also, but that they will say mathematics is problem solving and I have the ability to puzzle it out. So bring it on. You may not be able to do it immediately, but you know if you get your teeth into it, you will make progress. That is, nothing is more important than this, guys. To my mind, that is what you should establish. Okay. So, I am just going to emphasize stressing what we call the know-how and attitudes of the mathematician. So basically, we want our learners to learn to think like a mathematician, to be a mathematician. And I'm saying the following attitudes is absolutely vital. We must be inquisitive. We must wonder about things. How does it work? Why does it work? Can you explain it? I'm taking a shortcut to Polya and saying problem posing is probably just as important as problem solving. And we'll learn how to pose problems. The mathematician always poses more problems, his own problems, not dependent on somebody else providing. You'll see, I'll try to show. So we ask, what if not? What if it's not an even number but an odd number? What if it's not multiplication but addition? We can make new mathematics by simply varying those, call it variables if you like. Secondly, be skeptical, be critical. Do not believe anything. Is it really true? Well, mathematics is our great subject where we can prove something. And then we appreciate the beauty. So guys, in this course, everything all the time hangs around, are we promoting inquisitiveness? Are we making children eager to try and see what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? That is how mathematics is created. That is how mathematicians are made. That is what mathematicians do. But we must be skeptical, not believe anything. So in the end, as I said, this title of this course is Explanation and Proof, and it comes from here. Explain and prove. Explanation and proof, learning to think like a mathematician, that is the core values of our project. I'm not going to, it is in the introduction as well. There are our packaging into 6 units, and especially 4, 5, and 6 has much to do with a logic, not formal abstract logic, but we simply have to make sure that we understand the basic logic. And so things like analysis and synthesis and equivalence, etc., are professional language that we speak between ourselves. Now, then what does a mathematician do? So here is problem 1. This is part of your first flipped activity. But I'm going to do some of it, and I'm going to say then if you're on board, there will be so many other things that you will do. So what does a mathematician do? Well, this is what a mathematician does not do. This is the question. Mathematician does not necessarily answer that question, but knows that there are many reasons for changing the question. So I'm going to flash that in previous courses, we started with exactly this problem, and we got feedback like this. So this is high school teachers who are now answering the question, what is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 up to 100 numbers? And as you can see, this is lots of hard work. This one is very neat because she used Excel, but still, look at it. It is so much hard work, guys. Well, I'm saying the mathematician is lazy. The mathematician will never do this. The mathematician will rather do some hard thinking to ease the tediousness of this. Okay, no further comment. Well, we can get lots of beautiful mathematics out of this, of course, and the mathematician will do it. Mathematician will not use this method, but if you put it in front of a mathematician, you will, for example, see that here 1 plus 23 is 24, but 21 plus 3 is also 24. And now you can invent a whole book full of, look at that 1 there, plus that 199 there is 200. Look at that 3 there, and that 197 is 200 also. Whoa, if you go around like that, there will all be 200 plus 200 plus 200 plus 200. This guy also wonderfully use of Excel. Guys, no, the mathematician would not do this. Mathematics is not arithmetic. I say where the arithmetic ends, there the mathematics start. So calculation with specific numbers is arithmetic, not mathematics. Mathematics is about structure. It is not about number and calculation, but pattern and structure. Exactly, explain and prove. And I hope you'll see that we cannot use numbers to explain and prove. Basically, only symbols and variables are able to do that. So the mathematician, his lady, will never do the calculations like we did there. So let me see. I've got this thing in my way.
Well, then there's 2 more minutes.
Okay. Right, let's take this example and saying, well, if you tinker around with it and you see, then you see all kinds of patterns, there's a constant difference, and then it triggers a memory, it's a number pattern. Wow, you know that that is an arithmetic series, you know a formula for it, so you plug the values into the formula, and there you go, the answer is 10,000. What I'm saying is, this is not the answer. What if we now say not for 100 numbers, but for 147 numbers or 238 numbers? Then you'll have to do all those calculations, and also this thing in front of us we'll have to redo. Mathematician will never do that. So I don't want to say much more about that, but this whole idea of structure now, not for 100, not for 153, not for 247, but n, and now this meanings. If you do not have this variables concept under control, this is our vehicle. So work with any number, not 100, not 153. So the mathematician will want to solve the general case, and we do it until such case where, again, I have to move something around, until a computer can do it. I'm not going to do that simple simplification, but that you plug n into that, not 100, not 153, and n squared, the answer is always a square. But what, that was for matrics. They must know the formula. But what about our grade 8s and 9s and 10s? They don't have that. So what to do when you do not want to know what to do? I say what we will have to develop is this idea of heuristics. Like, for example, taking special cases. Instead of adding 100 numbers, I'm adding that's 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. This is very important, but what are we doing? Well, if you organize it and you put it in a table and you take an input and output variable, then very soon you see you've got important mathematics there. If you impose structure, it's not just numbers 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. They are very special numbers. And of course, if we write it like that, then I think it's a walkover. that the answer is always a square. There you have it. But now, the point is, the mathematician doesn't say the answer is 100 squared. By the way, we first said 10,000. You know, we didn't necessarily interpret 10,000 as 100 squared. But now we've got 100 squared. But it's beautiful. Unbelievable, 100 squared. If you take 153 numbers, the answer is 153 squared. It's beautiful. But the mathematician asks, why squares? Why not cubes? Why not something else? Can you explain why squares? How sure are you that it's always a square? You have to prove that it's always a square. Listen, guys, I'm going to take another 2 minutes. So I'm going to decide. That is control. I can't unpack it further. I decide I'm going to use some geometry to try to understand why is this 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, the first n odd numbers, always a square? Well, if I again take special cases, but there I'll say don't add 1 and 3 is 4, work with the structure. So I'm making drawings like this. That's my 1 plus 3. Then do not, that's the structure. 1 plus 3 plus 5. So I have that, then add 5 to it, then I get that. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. If I add 7 there, it looks like that. To my last one. So you see, this, I hope you understand that this is essentially exactly mathematical induction. For example, we're saying if it is true that for 5, it is a square, 5 by 5 squared, it is a square, it's true. Then it will also be true for the next number, the next odd number, which is this one at the corner there. So we've got 2 equal numbers plus 1, so it's an odd number. That's the next odd number. Okay, now I'm just going to put that back into mathematics and say, I trust we can all understand. And again, I'm going to say, wow, this is beautiful. And look at this beautiful structure that we have here. And I am ready to say that we invented this mathematics, that the answer here is 100 squared. As a matter of fact, ready to say it's n squared. But what I'm now trying to convey to you is the mathematician is never finished. There's always questions to ask, always looking at it with different eyes, etc. So I on purpose decided to do this geometrically and see if it can help me to understand this interesting thing. Why is the sum always a square? I think this is beautiful. I hope you think so too. Well, obviously I'm going to say, can I work with it numerically and unpack it and transform it in such a way that it will shed light on why. So I do the same. Now just take another minute. Then 1 plus 3 as the first 2 odd numbers. I'm saying if we just take the one number and put it there, now I'm in grade 2, guys. Then 1 plus 3 becomes 2 plus 2. And so we can transform always. Now you must say always, where do you get the right to do that? I trust you follow this, that you are not just rushing to get the answer. You're analyzing the structure in order to invent mathematics. So if we went through this process, I'm sure we're now ready to say that the answer here will be 100 times 100 and for n times n. Tell you guys, that is sort of enough from me. I decided that I just wanted to emphasize to you that here's a little problem and you get the answer and you say 354. I will not even know if 354 is correct. You must decide if it's correct. But for that, we will be looking back, we'll ask our own questions, we wonder if it is true. So the mathematician insists on explanation and proof. That is the carrier of mathematics. That's what mathematics is all about. And I hope that that is how you experience it in this course. Thanks. I stop there.
Thank you, Alvin. That was very insightful. I'm going to hand over to Oyama now so that she can guide you through the platform. Oyama, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then you can share yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Cherise. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen shares.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll be taking you through how to navigate to our LMS. So an hour ago, we have enrolled each and every one of you into the LMS, and then you should have received an email exactly like the one that I'm showing you on the screen, but with your details. So the email will entail your name, your email address, your username, and also your default password. So on that email, you have your credentials, and also there will be a login link, which is this one here, as I highlighted here. And also you will have your login guide. If you are struggling to log in or I missed something when I'm presenting now, you can come back to this book and then you can look. Let me just open it for you so that you can see how it looks. So it's called the login guide. So it has, let me see, it's still loading. So it will guide you how to log in using your laptop or using your phone or your computer. And then I'll go back to the email again. So I'll click in on this login link. So it's gonna take me straight here. Sorry, I already logged in previously. So let me just log out quickly. So I'm going to use exactly the details that I have on the email that you will receive. So you will use your email address. So this is my email address. Now I'm just using it as a test email. So I'm just gonna copy it, put it here, paste, and then go back again, copy my default password. This is your default password. Copy, and then I'll put it here. And then I'll say login. So you're going to follow exactly as I am showing you on your first time logging into our LMS. And then as you can see here, there's a username, which is my name, which is your email address. Sorry. And then here, I'm just going to put the email, which is the default email. And then you here, you can put any email, sorry, any password that you're going to remember. It doesn't matter what is it, as long as you can remember. And also please note it down so that you don't forget it. And then I'll just create my own. So I'm going to put it here again. And then I'll say save changes. It's loading. And then it's going to take you here. As you can see, that's my profile, Maria. I think we used one of the participants' name here. So don't be surprised if you're seeing your name on the screen. So we're just gonna see this, but it's gonna be different for someone who did when they were filling in the form, which is the Google form that we gave you to apply. If maybe you did not fill in your province, it will take you to a profile. So please do fill in that profile. But I'm going to show you how you can also go on your own and edit your own profile. So I'm just gonna click here and say continue. Still loading. And then it's taking me straight to the home page. So this is your home page. And then you can see here, it says my courses. This is your course that you have been enrolled in, which is the MPS for facilitator. So you're going to click here. And then it takes you to the course page. So this is your course page, the MPS for facilitators. So here, this is where you're going to find your units, your quizzes, your recordings, and every information you need when it comes to the course. So I'm just going to scroll down. Let me just close this so that it doesn't confuse you. But this is your index, short to navigate through your course page. Sorry. Let me just close it so that it doesn't confuse you. And also close this. As you can see here, we have your course overview, weekly check-in recording. So this meeting that we are currently having today, which is the onboarding, we are going to upload it here. So let me just show you quickly before I show you other things. So the onboarding session will be here. The check-in for next week will be here, and other check-ins following check-in that we're going to have each and every week on Thursdays at 4 p.m. We are going to upload them here. So if maybe on Thursday you cannot come and attend our check-ins, you can come back and listen to them. And then let me just go out again. So it's very important to start with your course overview so that you can understand the content and the context of the course. And then you can read here and you can find out how much you need to pass your course, how much your quizzes counting towards your end, your course mark, and also your units and everything. Let me just show you, for example, just click here. It's a unit overview. You read all this information that is here. Let me scroll down. So this is the information I just want to show you quickly. So your final assessment constitutes of your 50% of your overall grade. Your course quizzes contributes the remaining 50%. To pass the course, you must achieve minimum average of 50%. Distinctions are awarded to participants who obtained overall average of 75% or higher. You will receive your certificate during an in-person award ceremony. So let me just go out. So you can read all this information that is here. So I must let you know before on anything, because sometimes I get the queries whereby people are saying, I cannot access my course, let's say unit 1, is because you did not start when it comes to the course overview. So you cannot jump activities. Let me put it like that. So you have to start from your course content, read through everything on your course content, course overview, sorry. And then after doing your course content, everything that is here, let me just click again. When you're done with everything that is here, I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna mark here as done. As you can see here on my right, it says to do, because I haven't done this one. So every time you do an activity, it will mark as done. So you have to go through to your course overview. Then when you are done with it, everything that is here, you just go out again, you come to your unit 1, you do your unit 1, come to your unit 2, you do your unit 2, as like that, up until you go to your final assessment. And then I'm going to show you where you can be able to edit your profile. So as you can see, again, I'm at the top of your course page. Let me just go to my home, and then I'll click here. I clicked on my initial here. It's MK. Your initial will also be here. And then as you can see on my left-hand side, there is a button there we can click where you says edit profile, and then you will click there. It will take you to your profile. So on this profile, you can be able to edit every information. Maybe you want to use a different email than the one that you're currently using. You can put it here. And then also your name, the surname, and other information that we asked you on the form that we asked you to apply when you're applying for the course. So everything is here, female, and everything, your gender, name of the institution, name of department, field of the mathematics, and there's all high qualifications and everything. And then you will click here after you're done updating all this information. So the red thing you can see here, it says, you can see here at the bottom of your left-hand side, it says required. We require this information, very important for us to have this information of you. So please do fill it in. And then after you're done filling it in, you can say update your profile. And then we wait for it to load. And then you can see here, it says saves changes. Then your profile is saved. So if you need anything when it comes to the course, if you are feeling lost, you don't know where to go, you can also go back to your login guide. If I didn't mention anything today, like resetting your password and stuff,
Liama, I
hope-
think you're breaking up. I don't know
wish-
if it's on my side only. Sorry, just confirm.
Yeah, she is breaking up a bit.
Okay. Liama, just try again.
we
Yeah, I
had
think
more
she's
time,
covered most of
but
it.
we don't have time on our side. So you found and then you'll find.
Okay. Okay,
I can pick up
perfect.
what you were
Thank
saying.
you so much.
Can you hear me again?
Yes, now we can hear you again.
Okay, thank you so much, Paris.
Thank you, Ayama. That was wonderful. let me just share my screen here with you. Okay, so as you can see here, this is just an overview of the dates that you'll need to join us for the check-ins. I really encourage you to join the check-ins unless there's obviously no way that you can, because it's invaluable time with your facilitators to make sure that they can address any questions you have and engage with your fellow participants. And it makes the course much more engaging and just feel like you know what's happening and that you are part of the course. So please try and make the check-ins. We did try and structure them so that, you know, it's late in the afternoon, it's the same time as this, and that you able to finish work and come and join us for these check-ins. So the link will always be the same. So the link that you used today to join this meeting, that is the same link that we will include in all our communications. So we will send a communication each week by email and WhatsApp. So please also make sure to join the WhatsApp group. We have put the link into the 2 communications we've already sent out. But we will be sending out more communications with those links. So please don't stress if you filled out the form a bit later. We will be sending out more communications around that. So please don't worry if you haven't received anything, you will do. And then also just check your email. We did enroll everybody this afternoon. So please check your email for the login. The username and password. I have put in the chat Oyama's email address. So please, if you do not receive an email, first check your spam folder before you email Oyama, because sometimes, unfortunately, with these things, the email does land up in spam. So please first check your spam folder. If you do not find that email in your spam folder, please feel free to reach out to Oyama. She is here to help. I'm also here to assist. I can also put my email address in the chat, but first reach out to Oyama and we will help as best we can. So please write down that email address. The communications that come from us are also from Oyama's email address. So if you respond to those emails, you can get hold of her. Okay, so we're at the end of our session now, and I just want to ask that if anyone has any questions, that if you can either put it into the chat and we'll answer them. Or if you would like to speak, which we highly encourage always, please put up your hand and you're welcome to take the mic and ask a question, and then the relevant person will assist with the question. So if it's course related, Alvain, please take the lead. If it's, the technical side, either Yoma or myself, we will try and assist. So I'm just going to give everybody a moment to see if anyone has something to ask. I'm struggling to see the chat. So if Oyama and Shari, if you can see the chat, and just make sure that if there's any, I see there's a hand raised. You're welcome to ask your question. Krishna, Nez?
Yeah. Hello, thank you. I really got confused here because I was facilitating for our node, that is University of Zululand. Then I nominated almost 8 people. I mean, some of them are lecturers, but I didn't see any of them here. And also, I think maybe they didn't receive the emails. So what's going to happen? Because I didn't enroll for the course at all, but I got the invitation. And I thought maybe it's a general, some kind of an introduction, but now I realize that it's really for the facilitators. So the students that I nominated and the lecturers that I nominated, I think they are not in the email list also. I just checked it now. So what is happening?
So did you receive an invitation
Yeah,
via
I
the
received it
the
for
calendar?
yeah. But I thought
So,
maybe it's just a meeting just to, get an idea of this thing, but I didn't know that it is like actually the course is starting now. Facilitators should be here. Yeah. Otherwise, I
so
could communicate with them. Yeah.
I'm not sure about you can maybe send us a list of the people that you uh,
They
did
all
suggest to do the
enrolled
course.
using the link. Yeah, the link that was sent around like I think a month ago or something, and they all use that link, same link, Google
To fill
form.
in the form. Then they
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
been included. They
No,
should
no,
have been
they
included.
didn't. It's not because
Yeah, but sorry about that. From Zululand, we only have 4 people who have responded. So if their emails are there, it means they were actually invited, because before
no,
we
I checked my email that the link that came to me, but then I looked at the participants there that I couldn't see any of them there because it's easy to recognize there. Because, for example, one person is my husband. He's in Faculty of Education. He's a mathematics education. He didn't receive anything. Only now I forwarded here this link to him because now only I realize, okay, this is the course starting.
Jacob.
But
So,
there are, yeah.
so the invite you received would have been different to the participants because we did send out a calendar invitation
Oh,
to just separate to the participants. So the participants would have received a welcome email with the link to
really?
the onboarding
No,
course.
okay.
Yes,
Can you, if you don't
yes.
mind, will you be able to send me those names and everything? Then I can talk to them because we need to take this thing very seriously. If we are a node, we need facilitators and we need to implement it. Once we
Yeah, we
finish
need to
the
be
course, so
careful
then
for
I
the
can.
Copia Act of sending
Oh,
out
okay.
information.
All right. At
So we
least
need
you
to be
can
careful.
the names, yeah. Those who are.
So
Then
I'm
how
gonna
do
put
I know?
my email address in the chat, and then
Mhm.
you can send me the names of the people that you have suggested, and then
I
we can
nominated. Okay.
yes, that you
Okay.
nominated, and then we
Mhm.
will cross-reference it against our list, and we'll let you know if there's anybody missing.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect.
No
Okay,
problem.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Don't know. I did see another hand up. Now it's gone.
Yeah, it was Otilo here from the Eastern Cape port here.
Yes.
It's a similar question. I think out of the 8, we are only 2 here. Mr. Kachwa is in here. I doubt that the other guys got the emails. So I was wondering if it's possible I could send you their names.
Yes, of course. You can send us.
Okay.
I'm going to put
Thank you so much.
my email and Oyama. So include both Oyama and myself in that email, and then we'll sort them out for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Nzuzo Katiawa.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I just want to ask something. There's an email that you sent, I think, yesterday reminding us about this particular meeting. So when I go through that email, I see that it's written there, the check-ins are on Tuesday. But now in this presentation, it states that the check-ins are on Thursday. So I'm a bit offside on that.
No, apologies. That must have been a typing mistake. We apologize for that. It will always be on a Thursday, so it won't be on a Tuesday. Will always be, but we'll always, every week, we're going to send our communications. So you'll see, oh, let me just go back. So you'll see all of our check-ins will be on a Thursday. So these are the dates
Noted, ma'am.
that, yes. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Apologies for that. there anybody else that has any questions? Sorry, I'm just struggling to get to the chat. So may I ask Oyama, please, will you put my email address and your email address in the chat?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm assuming that everybody doesn't, well, there's no more questions. I don't know if there's more questions in the chat. Oh, there we go now. Finally, I'm here. I see University of Limpopo. I don't know. So if you have any queries about the people that you have nominated for the course and you're not sure if they received the communications, please just email us, any of the universities or institutions. And then, not colleagues. Okay, I see here. Okay, so I think we've gone through everything. If there's anything else after this session that you are not sure of or you need assistance with, please email Oyama at admin@limina.co.za and she'll be happy to help you. Or myself. So, but preferably first try reach out to Oyama, and if she can't assist you, then you can reach out to me. So I think that's it. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize my camera was on. So thank you everyone for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time. I know that everybody's schedules are very busy, so we appreciate you joining us. And thank you. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and we're excited. Oh, I see there's another hand. You can speak. Sorry, I don't know if you by mistake put up your hand. Please just let me know.
Hello. I
Hello.
did send an email about the password and the username, but then I didn't get anything because I haven't received anything from now.
If I
Okay,
can,
so yeah, Oyama.
I was gonna say because we have your both your your personal email and also your work email. So it may be that sometimes not even sometimes the email that we used is your personal or work email. So please do check on your email, your personal email or your work email. If you didn't receive it, then you can just text me on WhatsApp or send us an email and then I'll be able to resend your login details to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to give 1 more minute for any more questions, and then we'll let you go. I just want to respond to this person.